So today we're going to take a look at Thunder Road Vendetta Maximum Chrome. Now this is kind of a weird product to review here because Maximum Chrome is basically Thunder Road and the first 3 expansions for it. Big Rig and the Final 4, Carnage at Devil's Run, and Chop Shop. I also got this the same time that the Kickstarter for Carnival of Chaos came out. So I have that with it, and I got the inserts for from Folded Space to be able to fit Carnival of Chaos inside here. So I'm going to try to talk about what all this is like as a full package, and explain what things came with this as upgrades and things, and try to go over all of that. There are a few things that only come with Maximum Chrome, so that is the only way to get some of this. Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot in this box. And remember, this is Maximum Chrome with Carnival of Chaos put in it here, which these you'll recognize from Carnival of Chaos. We have all of these boards. Got 2 different sets of rule books. And let me go ahead and go over some of the things that came exclusively with this. Now to start off with the crew chiefs, there were a couple of crew chiefs that came just with Maximum Chrome, and one that came as part of the Kickstarter for Carnival of Chaos. We have Emberko, the fire starter. The reason this one is with Maximum Chrome is because this is a crew chief that interacts with the fire mechanic from Carnage at Devil's Run. Ignore the eliminated face of the fire die, which means that this guy just wants to have his cars on fire all the time, and that's how he gets his extra movement, is from the fire die. He can set one of his cars on fire. They can also be set on fire like normal things. Also, he has a flamethrower, which lets you, instead of just shooting this turn, when you shoot them, you also set them on fire. As part of the Carnival of Chaos expansion there, we also had Proud Mary, who is Tina's right hand. And you'll notice that there's 2 different sides on Mary. She doesn't have what the other crew chiefs have, which is a backside, which can be a little weird for throwing her out randomly. That's because one of these is for Carnival of Chaos, the one with the little balloon on it, and the other one is for the regular game. This one is when you gain scrap from the spotlight, gain 2 extra scraps. So she has ways to gain extra scrap from it. And this one is start the game with 3 scrap, and during your turn spend 1 scrap to reroll an effects dice. You can also have another effect here that can help you gain some other scrap. Interestingly, she does not have the airstrike on either side, so if you're playing with Mary, you're not using your chopper, which is interesting. One of the other expansions that comes along with this is going to be the German engineering decks. Let me tell you what's going on with these. These are done on small cards here. These basically will replace, or well, mostly replace your dice. There's a lot of people that don't like just roll and move, which Thunder Road falls into. So we have a deck here that has an even distribution of numbers, and this makes things come out more evenly on there. That you would basically draw a hand for the round, and then you would go ahead and place these down. Go ahead and use your dice as markers, just to show that you had placed certain ones. But then just play the dice that you had there. This is 3 full sets of numbers, 1 through 6. It also has a mix of large, medium, and small, and innies on it to help that die go out more evenly on there, to keep it from being just randomly done on there. regular maximum chrome came with 4 of these, one for each of the 4 decks as part of the Carnival of Chaos expansion. You also get a purple set for the 5th car that goes in there. As you can tell from this, you do not get a German engineering for the big rig or the final 5, so they stay completely dice driven. I get people not liking the roll and move just because of how random it can be, but I think that's part of the fun of the game of Thunder Road, and I think you're doing something kind of weird when you take that away from it. But for some people, that's a nice thing to have. We don't really use it. It's not something that came free with it, but something that was just a nice additional thing to buy. Was this dice tray here? Speaking of dice. You can pop that there, and now you have the dice tray that you can, roll the dice in. It keeps the dice from rolling all over the place, so that's really nice. And of course, since it's got the snaps on it, it packs up really cleanly. And that's pretty much all of the stuff that came with it there. We did have, as part of the expansion for that, for Carnival of Chaos. We got the upgraded tokens, which are the nice metal tokens, which are fun to have. We love having the metal tokens. And then the last upgrade thing that I bought was the folded space inserts. And so I'm just going to show you some of these and how these work here. This is one of the bigger ones here. This is the one that holds all the cards. Basically, these come as just punch boards. It's this kind of a heavier foam board there. They can be printed on both sides. And of course, this one, has all the cards in it here. But the nice thing is it shows you what all goes into each space, which is a little hard to tell when it's full. But we'll go dump one of these out real quick. We'll go dump this greens out here. This shows you what all goes into each space. That your chopper goes right into there. Dice go into here. Your cars fit in that compartment. You got a spot for your German engineering cards. And then you can put your command board down, and then your other one's on top of it, because you notice that these are inset shorter than there's a gap there. And that's to give you room to fit these. So that's how the boards fit in there, and it basically gives you room to put all these into it. You can see right here in this that we have the 6 or the 5 cars right there. This is the instruction sheet, which also says the order that everything packs in there. Although once you use this a few times, you kind of get used to it. You got the big tray that has all of the cards in it. Go in there. Got these 2 trays stacked on top of each other. I usually put the one with all the coins there so that it's got a lot sitting on top of it there. Big rig in the final 4, which go into here. You sit in there. This guy in there. This actually has spaces in it for 2 sets of dice. If you bought an extra set of dice, you've got room for both. Because some people like having extra dice, so in case they lose one, or if they start to get marked up or you can't read it well. And then as those go in there, you got a spot to put your crew chiefs right there. What I like to do from here is to put those guys into there, and this on one side, and then drop the swag pack instructions there. I usually stick the manuals at this point. Grab all of your boards. The boards will go there. Then since I have this would go next. If you don't have that, you skip that. If you have that, this right here can place right over it there to where it's not coming in contact with the snaps. And then you can put the actual board on top of it, and that seals it up really nice and neatly. And because I've got that dice tray, I've got just the tiniest little smidgen of a rise right there, of lid lift. If I didn't have this guy in here, it goes down right, sits just right there at it. Now you're pretty much sitting in there without any lift. It pretty much sits flush that way, which is really nice because you saw in the other video, you can do the box extender to fit the Carnival of Chaos tray in there, but that does lift it up quite a bit. So these folded space inserts are really nice. The inserts weren't that difficult to put together. I basically, you just punch them out, you assemble them, make sure you're assembling it correctly before you glue it. So take one tray apart, put that tray together, look it over, make sure it looks right. Then you can take it apart and glue it back together, looking at where the contours are going to be. I use Q-tips to apply the wood glue to it. I just use wood glue because that's what I happen to have. It works for whatever, pretty much whatever type of glue you can find will hold it together. Even like old-fashioned Elmer's glue will hold it together on there. And just do that slowly and let it sit and then assemble it. So pretty simple to put it together. So what do I think of Maximum Chrome? Well, I think that really, if you want to get all of Thunder Road, this is the way to do it. I wasn't sure that I initially wanted to spend that much on it because it was a lot, and I had bought just the base set. And after getting the base set, I started looking at all the expansions. I'm like, those look fun, and I'm like, well, I should just get Maximum Chrome. Now, Maximum Chrome went out of print, and I wasn't able to get it until the Carnival of Chaos Kickstarter came back. They're going to have, after the Kickstarter, they're going to have Maximum Chrome available for a little bit there. So you'll be able to get all of this together in one thing. You can get the folded space inserts there. They have that. Folded Space has that on their website. I don't know if Restoration will be selling those or not. And I'm also not sure exactly what all upgrades come with it. I'm pretty sure all these came with it here, but some of the Kickstarter upgrades for Thunder Road Vendetta, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what all of those will be going along with it. But this is definitely a good way to get it if you like the game, but it is a lot. It is a big box, and it is heavy. Like that, I don't know what that weighs. That's a lot. Anyway, definitely a fun game and worth getting it if you like Thunder Road. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and a like. You can go down to my comment section and leave me any thoughts you have down there. And you can also subscribe to my channel to make sure you catch everything that I post so you don't miss anything. This is Jeremy with Poindexter G, and we'll see you around next time.